Eric's Welsh Garden. Today is Monday the 28th of October and I thought it was about time for an October plot tour. So it wasn't my intention to wait until nearly the end of October to do this tour, but where my allotment is situated is right in the middle and right in the centre of a load of bungalows, and I think the bungalows are sheltered accommodation for the elderly, and the local authority has obviously just got a big contract where they are renewing all of the roofs of everybody's property kind of around here. So every time I've come up this last couple of weeks, it's just been a building site going on out there. But today it's quite quiet actually. I think there's somebody putting scaffolding up around somebody's property, probably ahead of their roof getting replaced. So when we head up there in a minute, you might hear a few clunks and kind of hand drills going on. So if that's going to annoy you, then please just turn the video off now or turn the volume down and you can just see what I've been up to at the allotment, but you're not going to be able to hear me. Maybe you could put the subtitles on actually. But also you might be able to hear from my voice. I've not been very well. I've had a little bit of a cold. Everyone in my family's kind of had this lingering cold going on for a couple of weeks now, which is a little bit annoying, but I am getting over it now, so I can talk again. But yeah, that's pretty much why this video's taken so long, so I'm really sorry, but let's head out to my allotment and we can have a look round and see what is growing. I'm also going to show you what I've been doing on my new allotment, because I've not been doing loads, but I've done stuff and you can see what I've been up to. So let's go and have a look. So the clocks went back yesterday, so actually it's not about, well, it's kind of about 3:30 now, but it's getting a little bit dark now. So the first thing I do is show you the polytunnel. I've completely cleared that now, so I don't know if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, but I did do a post and showed everybody that I'd managed to clear it down for winter now. So we're going to have a look at that and then we will head over to the allotment. So this is my area of the allotment here. I took out my tomatoes and my cucumbers that were here, but I've left my pepper plants in here. I'll see if they survive over winter. They might not, but yeah, that's them there, but none of them. Oh, actually one has gone yellow. Can you see there? Let's have a look. One has gone yellow. Doesn't really look very appetizing, to be honest, but I might take that home with me, just, well, to have it in some food, I think. But yeah, you can see there's one here as well. I can't remember what variety these were, and there's a pepper down there as well, but yeah, I'm just going to leave those in there. The grow bags that I cut in half are kind of, they're actually wedged in here, so I'm going to have to work out how I'm going to get those out. And I am still deciding whether I just take all of the soil out of here and kind of just renew it next year, or what I'm going to do, I don't know. I had hoped that I was going to get a load of carrots in here ready to overwinter and get fleece over the top, but I didn't get round to it in the end. But yeah, there you go, all cleared down for winter. I think I'm going to keep this, this, you know, this plastic stuff that nobody really uses now because it's, you know, wildlife gets stuck in it and things. This was already here when I actually got the allotment, and when I kind of inherited this part of the polytunnel, but I think I'm going to keep it for another year. So we had our first frost on Saturday night, so yeah, it's weird. Since we had our first frost, I really feel like you just feel this coldness in the air now, and like when you wake up in the morning, the house is quite crisp. So yeah, definitely feel like autumn is properly here now, you know. This is my new allotment. I'll show you my nicer looking one, which was my first allotment first, and then we'll head over to that one. So here you go. This here, which is this really kind of grassy patch here, was where I had my pumpkins, and as you can see, yeah, it's the grass has kind of like marched into the plot here. This is where I'm going to be putting all of my broad beans. My broad beans I've started off in pots at home at the moment, so what I need to do on my next day that I've got, you know, a couple of hours up here, is I need to weed all of this area ready for my aquadulce to go in. And then if we have a look down, I've got another bed. Basically with my allotment, all of the wood is kind of symbolises my pathways. It's not really working at the moment, but it's what I've done and what I'm using at the moment. So basically, I've got this bed here, which is also quite weedy. This is where I put my salads and my bits and pieces from the propagation place in, and it's all doing pretty well. I think I've got my there's a salad there, some salad leaves there. I've got some spinach, which is a lot of weeds there, I know. And then I've got some beetroot. I think that's beetroot, I'm not sure. I'm just going on the fact that it's purple. It might not be beetroot. And then I have, very excitedly, quite literally, a carrot there. I think I've got about 3 carrots growing this year out of probably about 1,000 seeds. But yeah, that flower bed, it is looking a little bit weedy at the moment. But sorry if I'm being a little bit shaky on the camera, but this is my garlic bed. I nearly said garlic bread then. This is my garlic bed, and it's quite interesting because the Marcos, which are here, are doing pretty well, but they were brand new bulbs this year that I got from Dobby's. And then along here you have the Germador. Now the Germador, out of all of the garlic that I'm growing this year, are not doing very well at all. I think they just look so much smaller. So you've got a couple growing there but these were actually home saved. So this is from the garlic that I harvested back in May. So they're not doing very well at all. But if you look at the Casablanca, these were also saved and they are doing so well. Now, I think the Germador is hardneck, and hardneck doesn't store as well as softneck, which I think the Casablanca is. So I'm wondering if you know, it's going to take the Germador a little bit longer, because you can see, compared to, like, look at this is a Germador and this is a Casablanca. You know, it's doing so much it's doing so much better, isn't it? And then you've got the Daria here, which is, I think this is the one that I picked up, that I swapped with Jen from Jen's Allotment Adventure. That's doing pretty well as well. So it's quite interesting to see. The bought-in garlic is doing much better than the garlic that I've saved from last year. And then we've got here, in this bed here, we've got 2 rows of sensuate onions, which are an overwintering onion. So hopefully they are going to start coming through soon, but they only went in about a week ago. We've had so much rain since, so when I've come up today, I've had a quick look, and because I've buried them under the ground, I can't see any that have kind of come out or anything, so I'm pretty happy with those. And then if we walk over, this is the bed that I had my this is the bed that I had my onions growing in last year. Now I've got some stuff from the propagation place here, so I've got some lovely looking chard, but do you know what, I need some help. Can somebody tell me what this is? I thought it was a Swede, but it's just like marched out of the ground the last couple of days. Is it Swede? I'm not really sure what it is, but yeah, if you know, let me know. Something obviously likes that though, so I had some dinner off of it. So yeah, this is actually, oh look, there's another carrot there. There's a carrot growing there. Interesting colour, it looks a bit purple, so yeah. And then I've got kind of this. This is my kind of flower bed area that is a little bit overgrown at the moment. And this is some rhubarb. I picked up this rhubarb earlier in the year, and possibly like February, March time, with another one. But because I wrote in biro on the wooden tab, I can't actually remember what it is, because the biro just completely came off in the sun. But that one, as you can see, it's just had the first frost, so it's not looking very happy. But the other one here never made it, because there's a big dandelion there. And then when we head down to this area of the plot, down at this end here, all of this gets really boggy, so I can't really grow stuff in it. I am going to have to get a raised bed. But if you've followed my channel for a while, you'll know when I got my other allotment, somebody made me this raised bed. Now, excuse me for coughing. Now, this was actually over on my other plot, but because this area here gets so boggy, I thought I'm going to put it here. But when Jen came to visit me the other day, we moved it over here. But as you can see, it's not in the ground yet or anything, so I need to just level it up because the ground isn't very level here. So I'm going to get that leveled and get that ready so I can use it as a planter next year, and I don't have to worry about that area getting waterlogged at all. So yeah, I've got probably another 6 rows of onions that I should be putting in as well, but I've just not had the time. And to be honest, I've come down today, there looks like even more weeds than last time, so not looking too amazing, but I'm very happy that I've got my garlic and my onions in the ground and some other bits and pieces. So yeah, how does that compare to your plot? I mean, compared to my other plot, this is very tidy. So let's go and have a look at the other one. So I'm going to keep this brief when I talk about this plot because there's only so much I can talk about weeds and continue to just show you weeds all the time. So this raised bed here at the front, I have dug it over about 3 or 4 times, and this couch grass just keeps growing back and back and back, so I just need to keep going with it. This area here that's full of grass was where I put a load of manure down. I think actually a lot of the grass has come from all of this manure that I put all over the place. I've got a pumpkin there that I was letting kind of fatten up a little bit, which I think I'm going to take home today. It's immature, but it's starting to kind of look like it's not going to get any more mature there. Here is my cabbages. Can you remember when I put my cabbages in? I never actually pulled them out, but the cabbages, some of them are actually looking like they're recovering. So this one is recovering quite well, and this one is called Paddy, and it was from my Heritage Seed Library ones, and look at it, it does look pretty good, doesn't it? And then I've got this big fat one here as well. So that's all of the food I think that I've got growing on this allotment I've just shown you. I've got a herb bed there, but the herbs have died back in that now. And I have my first apple tree. I think I have shown you this. And basically what I've been doing now is putting newspaper down. And I'm hopefully going to be putting newspaper down all over this plot. And I am going to be turning it into a no-dig plot. But yeah, there is just so much grass. And I think it really is from all of that manure, because it wasn't that bad at the beginning of the year. Now here I have a small raised bed. And what I've done with this is I had 3 or 4 big kind of bag for life bags full of seaweed, and I just put the seaweed down here with a load of shredded paper, and I have then put newspaper on top of that, and I've weighted it down. So I'm really hoping this is going to be so nutritious for some pumpkin or whatever that grows in there next year. So that's pretty good. And then if we have a look over here, now this is like I think this is the old compost bin that we had. This was an old compost bin from last year, or not last year, sorry, what am I saying? This was a compost heap that obviously someone made years ago, and as you can see, it's pretty much completely falling apart, but it was completely full. So I put some newspaper on the top of that, and hopefully I'm going to get some crops growing out of that next year. And as you can see, this is possibly the latest storm has kind of made all of this damage, because as you can see, my compost heap has also flown over there because we've had quite a lot of bad weather. So I'm wondering if that has kind of broken in the bad weather, or someone's just knocked past it and broken it. But yeah, this is my new plot, which honestly is really bad, isn't it? And then we have my wildlife pond, which has got a little bit of is this called duckweed on the top of it. So that's doing pretty well, and it's looking really lovely and clear in there. So there you go. I've obviously upset the neighbour's dog there. Here we have some raspberry canes along here. No, actually these are my blackcurrants and these are my raspberry canes. So yeah, it's looking pretty bad, but this plot is going to be no dig and I'm going to completely cover it basically. Yeah, so there you go. This is plot number 2. So there you go, that is my allotment tour for this month. Sorry it's not more exciting, and sorry I've got just as many weeds as usual to show you, but hopefully next month, since things are starting to slow down a little bit now in terms of growing, hopefully by next month's tour I will be so much further forward. Hopefully we'll be putting the broad beans in the ground and a little bit kind of more weeding will have happened. I say weeding though, I listened to a podcast the other day about no dig and it kind of really clicked with me, you know, and I think that's kind of the way I'm going to be going actually. You know, every time we dig the ground it just kind of disturbs all those mycorrhizomes, all that fungi, bacteria, all the bacteria that's used to kind of living under the ground is above the ground, and everything just gets completely like discombobulated, doesn't it, when it's dug all the time. So I think I'm going to be going towards no dig, but I do need to get rid of all of these weeds first, so I do need to be hand digging all of them out, don't I? But anyway, I am off home now, and thank you very much for watching. As always, you know, thank you very much for being a subscriber. If you're new here though, and this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, please do hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be notified of all of my latest videos. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye.